Hello, my dear viewers, and welcome back. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I just got home from Thanksgiving dinner with the family, and I wanted to give a sort of update video as to what's going on with the death battle situation, as well as a further thoughts on Big Head versus Deadpool. I know I don't normally do this. Usually my thoughts on a death battle is usually final when I put out a review. The closest I could think of when I've done this before is with maybe Lucy vs. Carnage, because I had a lot to say on that one. However, I also want to let you guys know what's going on, because I left a somewhat ambiguous cliffhanger that I'm giving serious consideration to retiring and rage quitting from Death Battle entirely, because I'm getting really sick and tired of them. So I thought I'd let you guys know what's going on there. But before I do that, I have a quick little shill that I want to get out of the way. I know I don't normally do shills because I personally think that they're annoying, especially when people like Death Battle do them. I usually just like to leave a link in the description, and if people want to buy stuff, they can. But this is a little bit different because there is new merchandise available on the merch store. If you saw on my Twitter, I was tweeting about a brand new design I've been working on for a Thanksgiving special merchandise. I'm aware that I'm a little bit late on it. Unfortunately, I was working on other projects and I wasn't able to get the design finished in time. However, it's still there if you want to check it out, as well as a special discount. It is Black Friday, and from today until the end of the weekend, I'm going to be having a Black Friday discount of 50% off with the promo code TRAP64. So if you want to buy any of my merchandise, use that promo code and you can get 50% off any of my merchandise, including the brand new Thanksgiving special. So if you're interested, go check that out. It can make a great gift for Christmas, or just letting people know how much you love traps. But with that out of the way, let's get on to my further thoughts on Deadpool versus Big Head. Okay, so part of the reason I really wanted to make this video is some new information has been brought to my attention in regards to Deadpool versus Big Head, and I thought I might as well address it, as well as some criticism I got for my review. Now, it was brought to my attention by one of my friends and loyal fans that Deadpool vs. The Mask was intended to fix some of the mistakes they made in the past. So apparently he mentioned the continuity stone joke, which really irritated me, but he brought up how if you look closely at the continuity stone, it shows previous death battles that pissed people off, like Goku versus Superman, Yang versus Tifa, Gar versus Toph, the proper opponent winning, and that this therefore should make it a much better death battle, because death battle is finally acknowledging their mistakes and making amends. To that, I would say no. See, Death Battle isn't making things right. All they're doing is just making a joke out of it. They're not actually taking accountability for those garbage death battles and fixing them. If they were, what they would do is simply remaster those death battles with the proper opponent winning. But they're not, and they never once have admitted that they were wrong on those death battles. They continue to stand by that they think that they are correct. So I don't think that should get any kind of pass, because the continuity stone gimmick was just stupid, and it was nothing more than a joke. Death Battle wasn't taking it seriously, And even if you wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt that it was Death Battle's way of trying to make amends for what they did, they're not making amends, they're just simply making a joke out of it, because that's what it is to them, a joke. These results are nothing more than a joke. They don't actually give a shit how the fans feel about their favorite characters getting fucked over by bullshit logic. And even then, the continuity stone doesn't work because it's non-canon and Death Battle acknowledges this, but they do it anyway, so it's still bullshit. They're still using non-canon material, which is not allowed, even if you're a fourth wall breaker. This is fucking bullshit. Now, I could maybe see Big Head getting away with this because he's a Toon Force user and the laws of logic don't apply to him. However, that would still be a bullshit cop-out, especially in regards to Deadpool, but the whole thing is just stupid and lame, and it really pissed me off. Now, another criticism I got was, this is a joke death battle, and it should get a pass, and I shouldn't have gone as hard on it as I should have, because it was a joke death battle. To that, I would say, bullshit. Just because a joke death battle is a so-called joke death battle doesn't mean it gets a free pass from being complete shit or outright cringe. Death Battle does not have the best track record when it comes to joke death battles. Almost every joke death battle they have ever done has been an abject failure in every way and has destroyed their dignity in some way, shape, or form. The closest they have to a decent joke death battle was Rainbow Dash versus Starscream, because it was still a joke, but at the end of the day, it was still a death battle that they moderately took seriously. Everything else after that, Rebecca Black versus Justin Bieber, Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool, it was all just a fucking shit show, and this is no different. I don't think that this death battle should get a free pass or should get extra points just because it's a joke death battle and you're not supposed to take it seriously. So because it's a joke death battle, it gets a free pass for all the bullshit. I mean, everything about it outside of maybe the animation was complete shit. It was an obvious spite matchup where they just sent Deadpool to his death and admitted this. They used non-canon material. They couldn't get basic information correct. They did an overuse of cringe humor, something that people cannot stand, and is the reason why people often skip the analysis and go straight to the fight, because they're sick and tired of all the cringe humor, because that's not what they're there for. This is like when MatPat tries to do cringy humor on his little theory videos. Nobody is there to hear MatPat try to be funny. They are there to hear a theory, not MatPat's shitty jokes. The same rules apply here with Death Battle. Nobody comes to Death Battle wanting jokes or humor. They're there because they want to see a debate and battle that people have been debating with two characters come to an end in an epic clash. That is what we are here for, not garbage jokes. So no, I don't think that this fight deserves a free pass because it's a joke death battle. To me, that just seems like a cop-out, and if they're going to try to use the fact that it's a joke death battle to escape any kind of criticism, then guess what? It's simply a cop-out. And my rating, for the most part, doesn't change because I still stand by that this death battle is an epic failure on every single level. This death battle could have been so much more than what it turned out to be, especially when you consider the absolute wasted homemade animation, which I'm glad that they did it, but it's completely wasted. What this fight could have been, it could have been possibly the goriest fight Death Battle had ever done, because if you know anything about the Mask series, and even Deadpool, and if you ignored the Mask movie, you would know that the Mask comics were very dark, very gruesome, very gory, and very uncomfortable. Yes, Big Head himself still told a lot of jokes and acted like a cartoon character, but Big Head was not portrayed as this joke of a character like Deadpool. He was portrayed as this evil monster that the main characters feared. So much so that the main characters would always end up taking off the mask because they feared its power and it would turn them into an uncontrollable monster. You could have had a clash of these two over the top, violent killing machines in a very gory display, and they didn't do it. They decided to go down the route of let's not take this seriously and tell a whole bunch of jokes because people won't care anyway. They take more from the Jim Carrey movie than the actual comics, and I assume this was meant to be a comic book versus comic book matchup, but no, they didn't do that. So the whole thing is just a shit show regardless. So if you have been using those excuses, cop-outs, or criticisms, I'm sorry, but they're not getting a free pass from me. It's still a bad death battle. And in regards to what's next, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily going to retire, at least not yet. However, what I do want is a break, at least, but here's what I'm going to do before that. I am going to do a Christmas special, kind of similar and inspired by the AVGN's 12 Days of Shitsmiths. Counting down to Christmas, I will do 12 days of one death battle review each day, counting down to Christmas Day, where I will remake the top 10 worst death battle episodes ever, because a lot of people felt that my points weren't expressed very well in that video, or I didn't do a good enough job, or I left out death battles on there that should have been on there, like Yang versus Tifa, which I really regret not having Yang versus Tifa on that list, because one of my biggest regrets was always forgetting about that death battle, because it really is that terrible. So what I'm going to do is, until then, I want you all to leave requests in the comment section on my Twitter or Discord or whatever of death battles you would like to see me do, and they don't all have to be bad episodes of death battle. You can request some good episodes for me to talk about, because I know I rarely ever get to talk about the good episodes. However, I will say, if you want me to talk about the upcoming episode of All Might versus Guy from Naruto, that will count if you want me to talk about that one. And if there's a death battle you all really want me to talk about, I would recommend not wasting it on a matchup like that if it's not something you want to see. 12 days, 12 death battles, so make it count. They can be good or they can be bad. And after that and the top 10 worst death battles remake, I'm probably going to take a break from death battle for a while, because I really am burned out from dealing with these two jackasses. So until then, I'll see you guys around next time. I'm probably not going to upload a prediction video for the upcoming death battle unless you guys really want me to talk about it.